Okay, I'm going to do a series of videos using this this Atlas 40 volt. They have an 80 volt version, but I got the 40 volt because I have a larger chainsaw, a 20 inch, and so I use it for my big jobs, and I thought, man, this would be great to use. And let me tell you, I'm already falling in love with the battery powered thing. Just because there's the noise, of course you don't have to pull on the thing to get it started, you don't got to worry about adding gas, but I'm just going to walk through it real quickly. Of course these are smaller batteries, and you can get the 80 volt battery. There's plenty of room for it to slide in there. It's a huge pocket where it goes in there, and it slides in like that. Now the video you're about to watch, which I've already cut down the cedar tree, but you can see how much battery I have left. It's about, let's see what I have left here, two lights left out of 4, but I think it's probably closer to empty, more than halfway. And I'd already cut down what you're going to see in the video, plus I cut down all the lower limbs before I started videoing. Overall, you know, I've used the Cobalt 80 volt one. I actually had it for a while, and it was super power. I was very impressed. That was my first experience with it, but it was very expensive, and then I had a part break on it, and I took it back, turned it in, and got my money back. And then as I was about to get another one, I thought, you know, that 80 volt is kind of overkill, because what happens is I had that bigger one. I was trying to cut down bigger trees, and I don't know, they say it's kind of commercial grade, but I wouldn't push it that far. I have a Poulan Pro 20 inch, and anyways, it's still, these are still plastic bodies, all of them. Definitely nothing's as heavy duty. Now this does have the safety brake that some of the smaller ones don't, and sometimes you'll push that forward and it'll lock and you won't do anything, so you have to pull it back. The other thing that's I don't know if it's a negative, but just something that's surprising, you hold down the trigger and you push, and you'll notice it takes a split second for it to kind of rev up to speed. And then when I let off the button, you can see it runs for a couple of seconds. So you really, as I'm cutting and I'm moving around, just like I do with my gas chainsaw, I just make sure I reach up as soon as I let go of that button, I go ahead and hit that brake, so I don't have to worry about that spinning and catching me in the leg or anything. This thing's pretty lightweight. I won't say it's lighter. It doesn't seem like than a comparable gas. I have another gas one that's about this size as well. But let me tell you, there is no comparison between using this and my gas one. Of course, you know, your battery's going to run out, but you know, with the amount of time, I just come home after work and cut for a couple of hours as I'm cleaning out this area out here, and the batteries last about as long as I do. And I also got some of the other tools. I went ahead and got the set, as they were having that $20 off discount, and so I went ahead and tried it out, and so far I've been very happy. Anyways, enjoy me cutting down that cedar tree. also just want to show you a couple of the features. I thought the design for the bar oil was pretty good, and it honestly doesn't use that much. It used not even, oh, I'd say a quarter of the tank as I was cutting down that tree that you saw. So all you do is, I'll come up here close so you can see, it just has a little cap that you flip up and you turn it over and then screw that out. And actually I like the location of it. It's a pretty big hole, and it lays flat on its side, even better than my gas powered one, so that you can just fill that thing up pretty easily. And you just screw that dude back on there. It does not have, for the chain tighteners, just like my gas ones, except for, I do like it better than my Poulan, where the screws in the end, you can just loosen these two screws and you just turn that right there to be tight. After all that cutting, it's a little bit loose. Of course, it's pretty new. I've probably only gone through 3 or 4 batteries on this thing so far. Now, in terms of taking off the chain, I thought I'd just do it for you so you can see how it happens. It comes with, of course, a little tool. You just take off the bolts just like you do on gas-powered chainsaws. And I'm going to go ahead and take it all the way off so you can kind of see the insides. I was curious about that, and I couldn't see it until after I bought it. And they're so new that no one in the store had actually even used one. So, I'm going to turn them so you can kind of see the design there. I'll go ahead and pull the chain off. And everything seems to be a really pretty standard quality. I think it's a low profile, it's a thinner, lower profile chain than is on my gas one. Probably makes the battery last longer. And that's after the cutting that you're going to see me do in just a moment. And it does not have a metal grip, but I don't know in a chain that's this big for how I use it that it makes that big a deal. It has little plastic notches that I think probably do next to nothing, but maybe they do protect it a little bit. Now, I've been surprised. This is really, really thick plastic. That's something else I forgot to mention. That was something I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, it's pretty honking plastic. Now, whenever you put the chain back on, you just kind of thread the chain, and you know, it does say in the book, which I did, you have to soak the chain overnight, which is kind of a downer, that the first thing you get home you want to use your new tool, and then you're supposed to soak the chain overnight. So you just kind of set that in there. Make sure we're all on track there. Now I'm going to go ahead and tighten it up so it'll stand in place. I like to get a little bit tight, do that on my gas too, so it'll stand up while I'm putting the guard on. And it has a little tooth right here. The tooth slides in, it just folds down right over it, kind of lines it up, and then just like all the other chainsaws I've used, you just hand tighten these. And I do like everything seems to be really heavy duty, And then after you get it hand tightened, now you can tighten the chain up a little bit. Oh, so it just barely pulls out, and that's about it. Then you go ahead and tighten it down. And you're ready to go. And I tell you what, you get used to the lack of sound, the lack of vibration compared to the gas ones. And I'm telling you what, I'm warming up to this thing. Now we'll see, at Poulan I've had for years, and so we'll see. I'll try to do an update every month or so, and like I said, I'm going to put a video of me cutting down some different types of trees and different styles so you kind of see how it performs in different hardness of woods.